They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and Marc Cameron, South Africa's leading fashion photographer, can definitely make those pictures talk. Now today we head to his Cape Town studio to experience his life through a lens, and then later we'll follow him to the set of Clio magazine's April edition fashion shoot. I hear that you grew up in Swaziland. Is that where your love for photography developed?
Yeah, basically, I was born in Swaziland, and my dad sort of moved around for most of my life as a school kid, so I landed up all over Africa and South Africa. I had a passion for wildlife photography, and so I went back to Swaziland when I was about 16 and decided to start shooting wildlife pictures, and went to apply to study photography when I was in matric, and was actually turned down. According to aptitude tests, I wasn't going to be a photographer. Yeah, I think it's always encouraging to tell people, you know, if you really have a passion for something, to sort of follow that passion no matter what people tell you.
So how did you make that transition from wildlife photography to fashion photography?
Well, I hadn't really professionally started shooting wildlife, and intended to study photography to be a wildlife photographer, and started shooting tests and portraits in my spare time after being fired as a waiter. That made me extra money while I was reading my second year. That sort of just got me going with it.
Would you say you have a particular style?
I think I'm known for my lighting and my technical ability, and as well as I think working with people. You know, I've got apparently a really nice nature to work with, so I don't know, I just enjoy people and enjoy different personalities.
Is that what you try and draw out of them, or what you try and convey in photos?
I mean, in your style of work, I mean, I used to love black and white, and also enjoyed sort of my early work. I sort of believed in not only using models and actually also photographing real people and incorporating that into a fashion sense. And because portraits of people and people sort of wearing clothes is fashion. When you walk through the street every day and you see people or you meet people, they are a fashion item as a sense. But obviously going into the commercial world of photography and magazines and advertising, you have certain directions, you know, pointed to you, and certain, depends what the job is.
You're known for your lighting and your technical aspects. Is that something that's just learned over time?
Yeah, I think it's your appreciation of light and how you perceive light. You know, you can be taught the basics, but then it's how you take it and use it. And you know, there are certain lighting treatments that are used in studios, beauty lighting and this and that, but you can still adjust those and work them into different directions. So, like I say, you sort of got to know the rules before you can break them.
To come back to this shoot, you've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Is this all for Clio's April edition fashion shoot?
4 o'clock we started makeup at 4:30 to get first light, and yeah, we basically have incorporated a whole movement feel to the story that we're shooting for Clio, and as well as that, they've introduced a car that we're going to be using in the shoot, which is a Ford Fiesta, and they've got a whole thing about kinetic movement, which that's why we sort of put a treatment around the story related to a whole feel of movement.
Nice.
These are the raw pictures from this morning's shoot. Can you talk me through the whole process?
I'll give you a basic idea of what we've been doing, and these are unretouched. You know, they're lit as is. I'm not mad about too much retouching. I try to shoot everything in camera.
Okay.
And they'll be slightly tweaked and maybe just sort of color graduated, a little bit of a color treatment. As well as that, it's not just natural light. This is using flash in daylight with longer exposures, shooting at early morning, so you get sort of a twilight feel with a bit of natural light coming through. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of movement in it. You've got sort of a frozen girl with streaks of movement. Depending on how much you kind of throw your camera side to side, it can be a bit of trial and error when you're working at slow shutter speeds and popping flash into it.
Which of these do you like so far? There's certain ones that are standing out already for you.
I've marked a couple, just, you know, I always do that while I'm on set. I love that. I often, you know, I'm looking at the kind of blur, how that works with, you know, where her face is directed, and it's just going to work. And for me, that works really beautifully. I like the leading lines, the scale to it, the light and shadow. I've shot this so there's pure staticness, and again, it's just about, I love the scale, you know, the small and the lights and the shadows.
When it comes to digital versus film, which do you prefer?
For me, it's the same thing, really. Well, not It is the same, it's just another way of capturing an image. Film took a bit longer, you had to process it. I kind of liked the whole paper thing, you know, and the stuff going off to the lab and you get it back the next day, and you used to shoot Polaroids, whereas now you look at it on screen immediately. I guess that has its sort of benefits, because you can make sure that you've got your shot on the day that you're shooting. But I think if you know what you're doing, you know when you've got your picture.
So what have you got planned for the last shot?
It's going to be a 3/4 crop and using the city lights in the back, again with a bit of speed blur to it.
So besides very hard work and pure talent, success has got a lot to do with a great name too. Think about it. Cameron Diaz, famous actress. South Africa has gold medalist Cameron van der Berg. Then there's James Cameron, director of Avatar, and South Africa has Marc Cameron, a photographer in a league of his own.